Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wake Up Wednesday. It is Wednesday, July 26th, and it's 10 a.m. So let's get started. This is the end of the sale on the bundles. So if you have a favorite bundle that you've been watching, check and see if it's back online. There are some, they were sold out on some, and they are back. So make sure that you check in and make sure. I do know Spotlight on Nature is not available and will not be available before July 1st. So that one is one that I am sure of. The rest of them, it's kind of hit and miss as to what is online and what isn't and what's available. So today I am going to use sketched butterflies. This is, gosh, is it an online special? I'm not sure where it comes from. It may be in our catalog for all I know. I bet it is. Just by the number, I bet it's in the catalog. It's in our annual catalog. And so I haven't had a butterfly set for a while where it was just focused on butterflies. And so I got this one, and it's kind of fun. So it has some great stamps in it. Some of my stamps are sitting on the table here. And it has a set of dies that coordinate with it. This is kind of fun here. It's a group of butterflies. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. Haven't figured that one out yet, but I'm sure I will. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's what we're using today. And today I'm going to show you how you can take a simple card layout. And by layout, I mean the way that is laid out on the front of the card and change it over into a fun fold. So you can do this with almost any card pretty much, because if you're looking at the layout, meaning the front design, that's what I'm talking about. So what I did is I started with this one, and I'm going to tell you about this one because this has some new product on it. This has the extra wide, the 3/4 inch satin ribbon on it. And I took a Stampin' Blend and colored it because I wanted it to coordinate with it. And so that's what I did there. And it came out, it's a big ribbon. I will say that. It is a very wide ribbon, which is kind of hard to use. But because I have some dimension here, I felt like I could go with a bow on that one. And so I just did it in bubble bath. And here's my inside right here. This is going to go in here, and crumb cake. And then I used the Country Woods Designer Series paper, which is what this is. Then I went this direction and used the flip side of that Country Woods Designer Series paper, stayed with my crumb cake, but there's no extra crumb cake layer here like I have here. So here I have an extra layer of crumb cake. Here I just put it right on my card, and I will put a crumb cake and the white layers inside. So for the first card that we're going to do two different cards today. I have everything cut, and I have a few tips for you. So let me grab a piece of white cardstock here. There we go. So I'm going to start with this is Pool Party, and the card base is cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8. So this simple score can make 6 different cards. So keep that in mind. This is always a fun and easy one. And when someone gets a fun fold card, they open it up and your recipient goes, "Oh my gosh, that's so cute," just because it has a fun fold. So keep that in mind. So I'm going to start with this, and I added the layer of crumb cake to this one because when I wrap my ribbon, I don't want to see it on the back here. I never want to see my ribbon hooked to the back of a card anywhere because couple things. It makes it likely that you're going to slip something in there and pull the ribbon off. It doesn't look nice. That's all there is to it. That's really it. It just doesn't look nice. Okay, so I'm going to attach my Country Woods DSP here. And this glue is done. So let me grab a new one. I had a feeling it was almost there, and so we'll just grab a brand new one and we know it'll work beautifully, right? Okay. I love this glue. It works very well. I'm very happy with it. It dries pretty quick. The worst part is it gets clogged up if I leave the lid off. So there's a solution to that, though. Don't leave the lid off, right? Kind of like my doctor telling me, don't touch it if it hurts. Okay, so then I have a piece of crumb cake here. And before I do that, I'm going to put my ribbon on here. And for that, I am going to use Stampin' Seal. And just put a little bit on each side here so that I can attach my ribbon. The ribbon I'm using, I don't know if it's still current or not. It's Pool Party, and it's, 3/8 inch probably. It's really pretty. I'll have to check it out, and I'll let you know when I put the instructions up, if it is current. And I'm just going to attach that to the back. Sorry about that. I went totally off screen. I know that. Okay. So I'm just attaching it to the back of my card here. And then I can add some green glue. Let's toss that one so we don't get mixed up. And attach that to my crumb cake. And I just left 1/8 of an inch. Actually, it's a 1/16 of an inch all the way around. It's tiny. I could have cut it a little bit more. Okay. And that's crooked. And it needs to go up. We'll get there, right? All right, close enough. Okay, nope, now it's really off the other way. By the time I get this on here, it'll be dry, won't it? Okay, there. We're going to let it go. Okay, we're just going to let it go. Okay, I'm going to stamp my thinking of you. So something that I have learned that I really like is stamping off on my glass plate. So this is a Stampin' Up! Glass plate. You can order them in July. They'll be available to order. And when I stamp off here, if I stamp off on a piece of paper, where the piece might go? Here. My second generation is getting really light. My third generation, there's almost nothing there. Okay? If I stamp off on my plate, first generation, second generation, and my third generation is somewhere in between here and here, which is what I want. I want it dark enough, but I don't want it too dark. And so I'm just going to put my thinking of you right down there. And there we are. Okay. And I'll tell you what, guys, if you stamp crooked, if you know you stamp crooked, then stamp it crooked. Just go for it. You know, tip this over and stamp it crooked if you need to. Okay, so I'm going to put some adhesive on the right, actually it's the right side, but it's the left side, come on, of my crumb cake here. And just attach that right there. And so I'm actually centering it on my entire card. Just like that. This Z-fold is just so universal. So there it is. Isn't that cool? All right, then we'll add our butterflies to it. And so I'm going to layer some of this. This is going to just get a little glue going around here. I can do this in a little bit. Not too much because we don't want it to flow over. And this one is actually going to go flat onto here. Just leaving a little bit of that edge. And this is cut with the Spotlight on Nature dies, my favorites. And then I cut a decal circle. And then this is going to pop up. So let's get some dimensionals here. And put those right in the center. Just like that. Now I have my two butterflies. For my butterflies, I have a Stampin' Blend, and it's Pool Party Light, because Pool Party is the color that I'm using. I'm going to use the bullet tip, and I'm just going to add a little color to my butterfly. Nothing structured, just some little scribbles, just to add a little bit of that Pool Party to him. Down the center, and most of that's going to be covered anyway because we're going to put this little one in front. So this one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to add a little bit of color to him. Like I said, nothing structured, just a little here and there. I'm going to come back with my Wink of Stella, good old Wink of Stella, and I'm going to add some shimmer to him now. And it's kind of blending the color around a little bit as well. Now make sure you let your crumb cake dry, because remember, this is not an alcohol-based ink. It is a water-based. And so you want to make sure you let that dry good, and you don't want to rub a lot. Okay, so then for my little butterfly, I'm going to bend him at the wings so his little body is straight. And I'm going to attach a glue dot, just about out of glue dots here, right in the center there. I'm going to pick that up because I've been picking it up and ripping the glue dot off lately, so let's just do it with the tweezers. And just attach that right on there. So it's almost like a little baby butterfly on the back of a mama. Okay, then I'm going to bend this one also right at the wings. I'm bending it so it comes up a little. And then I'm going to attach a glue dot to that. Okay, and that is going to go on my circle. The nice thing about a circle is it doesn't matter where you put this butterfly, it's going to be in the right place, right? Okay, now we're going to attach this to here. And here we're going to use dimensionals. And let's put one more in the center. We want that to stay up. Okay, that one's just coming back. Okay, they're all peeled off. And I'm going to tip this to the left. Just like that, and put that on there. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of bling. So I am using, what am I using? I am using rainbow adhesive back dots for this because they're nice soft pastels, which is what I wanted. Looks like a baby card to me in some ways. Okay, and I'm going to take your pick tool. It's right here. Let's just press that down a little bit so it picks up good. Let's get rid of that. Okay. And I am going to use this. Oh, you know what? This might be a better choice. The sun just went behind the clouds and my room got really dark. I'm hoping my camera made the adjustment because my room is dark. We're having some interesting weather here in California. One down here, and then I am going to tie a bow. Let me just turn my light on here so I can see. I have great lighting. I just don't always turn it on because I get so much light from outside that many times I don't need it. But when that cloud went back there, I needed it. Okay, so the nice thing about this is it's a nice small ribbon and easy to tie. And then I'm just going to attach this one with a glue dot as well. Just like that. Okay, so there's card number 1. I'll put it inside in here for a crumb cake that'll be 5 1/4 by 4, and then I'll add a layer of white to write on. Okay, so that's card number 1 with a Z fold. Card number 2 is also a Z fold, So we're going to change colors. Let's move this over. Let's make some room here for what we're doing. Clear out some of this stuff. Whoops, I forgot to wipe off my greeting. So if you don't wipe off your greeting, you're liable to have it on the back of a card. Did I get it? No. Or on your hand. So make sure you wipe that off. Okay, so this one, it's a Z-fold, same type of thing, and except for I cut it a different direction. So I cut it at 11 by 4 1/4, where this one I cut it 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. So this is just cutting it portrait. And then I've scored it at 2 3/4 because that is where, that's half of this. So I'm going to fold this towards me and let's just burnish that, burnish that. These are my two pieces that are going to go inside. So let's quickly put those together. And we'll put this one inside because we're going to do something with it. When I stamped the butterflies, I stamped off. So they were second generation on the glass mat. If you don't have a glass mat, or a glass table, I also have glass tables under here. If you don't have that, then I would say do stamp off and then stamp your greeting or your butterflies. Okay, so here I have the same thing. I have the wood grain, the Country Woods, from Country Woods. I have my two butterflies, which reminds me that I have to grab a lemon lolly. I am using lemon lolly for this. So let me grab a lemon lolly Stampin' Write marker. And we're going to need that for our butterflies. Okay, and then this is Art Card Front. I have only left it 1/8 of an inch difference, or 1/8 of an inch when cutting. This one's more accurate. That one wasn't quite that accurate. And then I have a piece of that wood grain, and we're just going to attach this. I'm loving this wood grain, the Country Woods. It's a great paper for so many things. I mean, look how soft these cards are, and it's just ideal for making these cards. I think I left this one extra long, which is what I like to do. I would rather trim it off and not have a little bit of white showing. When we cut our paper, it's not always in exactly the same place when you're cutting on a paper trimmer. Sometimes you go a little bit short of that line. Sometimes you go right on it in the center. Sometimes it's a hair, and it's just a hair, but that hair shows up right across there. So I really like doing it this way better. Okay, for my ribbon this time, I am going to use something that's brand new that's coming out. This is the white, what's it called? Frayed grosgrain. So you can see it's frayed on the sides, and it does have a grosgrain pattern. So I'm going to attach that to the back of my card. As soon as I figure out where I put my Stampin' Seal. Oh, goodness, I have a piece of ribbon stuck in there. Let's get that out of there. Okay. Oh, okay. Something I cut. The ribbon just frayed and went everywhere. It is sticky. So it is now, at least. Okay. So, oops, I put it on the wrong one. I want it on my white. There we go. That's why it wasn't working, right? Okay. So I'm going to attach this frayed ribbon. Frayed grosgrain. That's kind of pretty. To the front of my card and just trim it off here on the back. And let's get it straight. Okay, then I can attach it to my crumb cake. There. Now you could emboss this to give it a little bit more design and character, or you can just leave it plain like I did. Okay. Now for this, I'm going to go ahead and finish up the front of this first. So we're going to add our circles. Like I said, I have used Lemon Lolly for this. Here's my take your pick tool. Let's see, there's one in here. Where else? One in there. Okay. And then we're going to add some glue to that. Sorry about that noise. That's my dog moving. He has injured his foot. And so he has a cone on, a party hat, and he hates it, of course. But it was time to get up and move, I guess. He's just pretty much laying around right now. With an injured foot, I guess I would be too. So, went to the vet yesterday, and he's going to get better. He's also going to have surgery. So, we're looking forward to that being done. He has large fat tumors, and they're finally going to remove them. I'm so glad. And so that's going to take place on July 11th. And that was a flop. He laid down between this collar and this cone. He's pretty noisy. So, okay, let's get this on here. So this is all cut from the Spotlight on Nature, those dies that I just love. And we can go ahead and I'm going to add a little color to my butterflies here. Oops, I want the bullnose tip. The other tip, I'm afraid, will smear it too much. So I just want to use this one. Because I don't want a lot of ink. And the other tip puts on a lot of ink. Okay. Some here. So I get some more color. And then I'm just going to add my Wink of Stella real quick here. Where's Wink? I am such a Wink of Stella girl. I love Wink of Stella. If it needs something, that's the first thing I go to. Add Wink of Stella to it. See how it looks then. Something doesn't look right, add Wink of Stella. It's either that or put it in a plastic bag, plastic envelope. I have a friend who once said, if it doesn't look good, just put it in a plastic envelope. It'll look better. And she's right. So, or walk away from it and come back in a little while. That's really the trick. So if you have something that you're doing that you don't like, just walk away and come back in a while and look at it again. Now, if it still doesn't look good, then okay, it's time to move on and do something else. But usually it's like I'll walk away and I'll come back and I'll say, I know exactly what that needs. So just taking a break from it sometimes. We all need to do that at times. Okay, I'm just adding my butterflies here, just like we did before, to my circle using glue dots. Just like that. I want my butterflies to pop up, kind of. Okay. Now let's add some dimensionals to the back of our big circle. Let's do 2 more. It's probably overkill, but that's okay. We want it to stay raised up if it goes through the mail. Okay. So this is going to go over top of this, and I'm tipping it to the left again. Okay, bow. We need a bow or a knot. So let's tie that. See how it ties for a bow. You never know until you tie it, huh? Okay, it does all right. That's a cute little bow. Little bow is right. I cut the tails real short, and that works. glue dots. I have a tendency to bury my glue dots. Okay, under everything else on my desk. Okay, let's go ahead and add our bling. So I am using the same bling here, and I'm just going to use these lemon lolly drops. And this one down here, and I forgot the greeting. Let's see, what greeting am I going to put on this one? I have this. I think I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to put on this. I would like to do the happy birthday on the front of this one. Wishing you a beautiful birthday. So maybe we'll put it on the inside. Let's do that instead. Let me grab a block. Oh, that's too small. Okay, let's try that one. And once again, I'm going to have to find something for the front of this. It needs something right down there, huh? Okay, here we go. We get one shot at this because I didn't cut any extras. And I didn't stamp off. That's okay. It's going on the inside, so it'll be separate. And it probably just needs something on the front because I have been putting something on the front, and that's why it needs that. I could stamp a hello in there. And then probably off camera here. Sorry, guys. Okay, this. I think I got this one on a little crooked. That's the nice thing about this adhesive, you can adjust it a little bit. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to close this up. I'm not going to put a greeting on the front of this. I am just going to let it go like it is right now. Okay, so to create this as a fun fold card, we're going to put adhesive right here. And now I don't want to go all the way to the edge here or here because my card is going to, but I want to make sure I have a good amount on there because my card is going to not go that far. And pull that out, and this is just going to get framed on your card front, just like that. So you see, I didn't want adhesive there or there. I want to come all the way up to that fold line that's in the back. So I put adhesive on that front part. So isn't that cute, guys? Okay, so we're going to, I pulled this up and now it doesn't want to go back down. So you can put a little, there we go. Now this is going to have to go on dimensionals, and this is going to go inside our card. So it's a simple Z fold. No matter which way you go, it's just a simple Z fold, which means you just score it in half. You score your card base in half, and then score it in half, one of the panels in half again. So this is going to go on the inside. And because it's going to hold up the other part of the card, I want it to have a really good adhesive, as well as the fact that I want it to pop up. And so I'm just going to put that right in there. Still looks crooked to me, but that's probably just me. And there we are. And there is our fun fold card. So we took this card pattern, this card front, so you can take any card front, and created these two fun fold cards out of them. So thank you for being with me today. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you need this stamp set, you can go to stampwithdeb.com and order it. I will have all the instructions on my blog for all three of these cards. I will put the instructions together. And I hope you enjoy and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.